Hello, welcome back. Yeah, for me, two of the most anticipated titles of the year so far has arrived 2 hours earlier than expected. Not a bad thing, of course, so I can do my video about them earlier. Yeah, ECM Luminessence Series. Kenny Wheeler, GNU High, and Nana Vasconcelos, Saudades Nana. Those are the first two titles of the Luminessence series from ECM. And when I see the titles they have announced that are coming now, all analog titles, we can expect a journey into the essence, in my opinion, of the ECM label. And of course now as the first two titles are here, I think it makes sense to get into this label as good as possible and I try to explain my idea of this label, what makes this label so fantastic. It's a fantastic European label. What we also will do within this video, we will compare the first two titles with the first pressings of ECM and talk a bit about those two, compare them, and get into the general of ECM originals and this series. Before we now go into both of those titles and into the idea, what I think is the idea of the ECM label, let's state something that goes for both releases and is a huge, pleasant surprise, and that is, or those are, the jackets. No surprise, because it is announced. We get gatefold jackets with session photos. Sounds familiar, but of course beautiful. Great that they do it. But the quality, the approach, the haptic impression of these jackets is amazing. Really amazing. A total surprise. They are for sure no Stoughton jackets. In some regards quite opposite. They have a matte finish. They are not shiny. They are not glossy. Yeah, they are ECM in a way. Very laid back, soft. This is, you know, the overall design of ECM always has been something very, very special, something spectacular. And those gatefold jackets, although this is of course not easy to transport through a video, but they do ECM justice. Top-notch, surprisingly beautiful, interesting jackets. Let's start with the Nana Vasconcelos Saudades release and get a bit into it. The original was, I think, 1980, and we have here a record that transports the general idea of ECM. And if we talk about this idea, I think it's necessarily to talk about Manfred Eicher. Manfred Eicher, the producer, the man behind the whole label, comes from classical music. And when he established the ECM label, this group, large group of musicians, he had this approach, this classical educated approach, and this Nana Vasconcelos edition is a brilliant example of this idea. He combines this Brazilian folk with classical elements. And this came to be due to his influence, his suggestions, and the open mind of those musicians. So we have this European classical approach combined with this Brazilian folk music, and the outcome musically is, of course, spectacular. Really a spectacular release. And it's, of course, more on the avant-garde side of things, but that also was in general the idea. New ideas, going new ways, set a European antipode to the Blue Note label and the Impulse label, and this over the upcoming decades, or those 6 decades of ECM music, is a brilliant thing, and I'm sure that the whole series will carry us through this journey. And yeah, the titles that are announced are so far amazing. So, first title, Nana Vasconcelos, Saudades. I also compared this remaster, analog remaster, with the original, which I have here. German first pressing in a not near mint yet okay jacket, but the vinyl is flawless. And now it's getting interesting important because the ECM labels, the originals, you quite often can get for a very decent price in a great shape, because those people who bought them, at least here in Germany, you can get them for good money or a decent price. They really took care of their records. This suits perfectly well together. Those are usually not worn out editions. They take care of them. They had a decent hi-fi equipment also at that time, and so it's okay to get them. You can get them. So considering this, it's quite important that ECM does them right. Packaging, they did it right. Way better than the packaging of the original. Mastering wise, the sound of these releases are quite different in general, and this goes for both editions. You already immediately easily can hear that the tapes are in very, very good shape. You don't have this blanket effect, which is of course very important. The approach on the remaster is a bit softer, a bit more on the vinyl side. In my opinion, they are really beautiful. Suits the music very well. The sound stages in both cases on the remaster are a little wider, more open. The originals have a little more sharpness, a little more attack, and a little more punch. So quite different approaches, which gives me the conclusion, get them both. In a way, for me that makes sense. Have them both, have the remaster, have the original, and have two wonderful copies of two beautiful, amazing records. The second one, the Kenny Wheeler GNU High, is also a brilliant choice for this ECM Luminessence Series, because here you also have something that goes back to the ECM label in general and to Manfred Eicher. You have this combination of musicians: Kenny Wheeler, Keith Jarrett, Dave Holland, Jack DeJohnette. Later on, combinations of them with Jan Gabarek, Terry Ripdahl, and on and on and on. And we will go through this when the when the series will evolve. A lot of those combinations of musicians and the influence of Aisha leads to releases that without him or this label would never ever have been possible. So this one is more, of course, on the jazzy side. We have a wonderful Keith Jarrett on the piano, wonderful. And I show you the inners again. And the original is from 1976. Yeah, and this is one of these examples. This copy I got is mint. This is a mint copy. It's nothing. It's like new. And again, when I compare both of these, the remaster and the original, I can say the same as I said for the Vasconcelos. Remaster, more open, wider soundstage, beautiful, beautiful, warm, soft approach. Original, little more right into the face. My recommendation, get them both, but if you decide this or the other way, doesn't matter, you have two amazing records. And overall I can state, and I'm so happy because I really was excited about this releases, I expected something special and ECM delivered something special with these first two records. I hope they go on this way. I'm quite sure they will. They are very serious and committed to the series. Cool that these titles are coming. Will you get them too? I will put some links because I got some questions in the Discord for people who are having trouble ordering them. I will put down some ECM links in the video description below. That there you will find your way and further informations about these titles. Yeah, here it is, the next series. Cool. Next series, which is about to come, is now the Deutsche Grammophon series. Let's see if they deliver too. I hope so. The originals are waiting in the shelf for the comparison. Let's see what happens then. That being said, thank you for your time and see you on the next one. Bye.